Hi guys, and welcome back to Global Thrills. I'm Jack. There's Ryan. We are back at Universal Studios Orlando today. I am a little bit hoarse from all the screaming I did in the scare mazes yesterday. I'm on Velocicoaster, so bear with me. It's about 10 a.m. We've had an easier morning because we didn't get back till about 1 a.m. yesterday from Halloween Horror Nights. We had a great time there, so check out the previous vlog if you haven't seen it yet. We haven't given much time to Universal Studios, to be honest. We've only had about half a day here on our first day, so we've got loads more rides to be getting on here. We'll see what some of the ones are like Fast and Furious are actually like. Haven't heard great things about it, but I think it'll be funny just to give them a go. And obviously ones like The Mummy, Rip Ride Rocket, Gringotts again, all sound super fun, so I'm really looking forward to getting back on them again. And the Universal Globe is still not turning. Hasn't been turning for a couple of weeks, I think. Still looks cool. And we are coming into Minion Land. Obviously this used to just be the Despicable Me ride, but now they've rethemed the whole street, which I really like actually. The Minion Blast might not be that good of an attraction, but I do like what they've done with the street. You've got all the way down there, you've got all the new stores and the new bake shop. Yeah. I think it's quite fun. So you've got Bake My Day down there, which I think we went in on the first day. Freeze Ray Pops. Bank of Evil, which is just the facade, but it does look pretty cool. And then the Minion Cafe, which is the largest one. You can go in and have like a sit-down meal there. Might go there for lunch, not sure yet. We are going to start off our day with the ride on the Mummy, because we absolutely loved this the other day. I do absolutely love that coaster. It's a great start to the day. Like the first kind of dark room scenes where you're moving through, kind of the mummy's talking to you, he's going to steal your soul, and then you have like a switch track, a roll back, and then a turntable, and a launch uphill into like the roller coaster section. It's all completely dark apart from these like lit up mummies that are trying to grab you. It's pretty cool. Unfortunately, in the first room, there's a mummy that's meant to come out and like silence another mummy who's telling you to run away. It wasn't working today. It did work the other day when we did it, which I'm glad we did see it. But instead they just kind of played a projection on the sarcophagus that he'd normally burst out of. It was a shame that that wasn't working, but it's still an awesome coaster. And great start to the day. There were so many characters. You've got Marge Simpson. Hey homie! Sorry about that. We decided to stop in at the Bourne Spectacular. I had great things about this show, and I already need a bit of air conditioning to be honest, so let's go sit down. And you've got more characters. Shaggy and Velma are here again with the Mystery Machine. Zoinks! So you can't film in the Bourne Spectacular, you're not meant to, but it was an incredible show, like out of this world. The integration of the screen is super high definition. The integration of the technology and the moving like physical sets with the pyro, with the water effects, with the stunts. It was amazing, super immersive, super talented performers, great stunts, awesome storyline. Ryan's struggling to drink his Powerade. It was really good. It's definite, you have to see it if you come to Universal Studios. Anything from you? No, really good. Really good. Very, very good. Loved it. We're just jumping into Springfield for some lunch. I think we're going to go to Cletus's Chicken Shack. So craving some chicken tenders. Not the most imaginative, I know, but it's what we need today. Ryan went for the chicken thumbs, which is basically just chicken tenders with tater tots. And I went for the chicken and waffle sandwich. Looks nice. That was quite nice there. You go into Moe's and you go around the back and they've got a whole kind of selection of different food stalls, including the Chicken Shack. You know what, I quite like Springfield. Like, it's quite fun to see all the different bits from the TV show. It's obviously such an iconic and long-running show. It looks quite cool when you got Kang and... who is it? Kang and Kodo's Twirl and Hurl here. Simpsons right over here. I'm going to give this one a go now. I think it's definitely one that Ryan's not going to be able to do with too many screens and motion sickness. So it's going to be me and my own for this one. I'm excited to see what it is.
Oh, Willie, sorry!
Oh, really?
How did you people see those faces? They're in the imagination. Oh, what else am I imagining? Oh, but this hammer is really a feather.
You really did a mismatch. It is a very subpar simulator ride. Also, it's not just a bad simulator ride, it's the fact that you can see all 8 other carriages, and I was sat on the left-hand carriage, so the screen was right next to me, and it like curves around. It was just boring. I did it to do it, but now I would never do that again.
Would I get sick on it?
Maybe, but it's also not worth the risk because it's a rubbish ride. Like, it's quite a large show building. I'm sure they could put something else in there.
It looks decent.
And then from the outside it looks good, it looks like it's a roller coaster. But it's just a rubbish simulator ride. I think they could make a much better ride there. Anyways, it's fine. We are going to give Men in Black Alien Attack a go, which is an interactive dark ride. I think you get, yeah, it's a shooting one, so you're going to lose.
Yeah,
again.
Always lost.
Always. So, Men in Black closed as soon as we got there. So I changed plans, just rode Transformers. Which is a pretty sick ride. It's very similar to Spider-Man in terms of the ride system. A little bit less physical sets, kind of merging into the screens. The screens stood out a little bit. However, the actual action and the movement of the ride system I really enjoyed. And the 3D on there didn't make my eyes feel funky this time, so I actually had my glasses on the whole time. It's pretty good action, filled with action. I enjoyed it. Just heading back to Ryan now. He's chilling out in Goblin Alley. We are going to take the Hogwarts Express back to Islands of Adventure because we just love that park and we want to spend some more time there. Go on Velocicoaster again. So I'm just going to go find him now and we're going to head on the Express.
Food is the first of the 5 principal exceptions to Gamp's law of elemental transfiguration.
Inspector Patrona!
Are you alright, Harry?
I'm okay. Okay? That was brilliant.
Dementors on the Hogwarts Express? Foul, miserable creatures. Something from the trolley, dear. I'd say you'd earned it.
Any chocolate frogs?
Oh dear. Best get back to your seats now. I'll try and round up these little runaways. Dementors on the trolley.
We have made it back to Hogsmeade. It's where we belong. Islands is our park. This is our favourite park by far. Especially because there's stuff that Ryan can actually enjoy here. Like Studios just has too many screen-based rides that it's just not worth Ryan getting sick on. So go straight back to Velocicoaster. So I've just dropped Ryan off at the park entry. There he goes, wounded soldier. His feet are in pieces from HHN, where we got rained on and our feet got soaking wet. Obviously there was a lot of slipping and sliding inside the shoe. So his feet are in absolute pieces. So I'm impressed he's made it to about 2 o'clock today. Unfortunately he's gonna have to go back and rest for a bit. Hopefully we'll come back for maybe like 1 or 2 hours this evening. We might be able to get some night rides together on Velocicoaster, I really hope so. But for the moment, you are stuck with me. And I think, as we're here, we're gonna go back on the Hulk. So, I had not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 back-to-back rides on the Hulk. I have to say, the 3 of them, I rode on a middle seat, and it makes a big difference than the outside seat. It makes it noticeably smoother, and I absolutely love that coaster. You could even say it's incredible. Sorry. I love it. Like the first half, I grey out almost every single time. Entire launch into that first inversion, then into the Cobra Roll, and then into this loop every single time. It's so intense. Riding on the back, riding on the front, I greyed out every time. And then the second half of the ride is also amazing. Man, I love it. I could carry on going, but I've got to go do some other stuff now. I'm going to go back over to studios and do some of the bits that we didn't get to do earlier, like Fast and Furious. It's probably not going to be very good, but I want to do everything at least once. So I'm going to walk over to studios now and get some of the bits done that we didn't get done earlier. I mean, I also just want to say the operations on there are incredible. It looked like I had a little bit of downtime just before I got here because they were sending out empty trains, but they are just absolutely smashing out the trains now. That's some of them even coming out of empty seats on. It's incredible. They've gone from like a 20-minute queue to like no queue. Oh, and also, I didn't even mention the onboard audio. It makes it even better with the Hulk soundtrack in the background as you're going around. So we're going to start checking off these experiences with Despicable Me Minion Mayhem and then race through New York with Jimmy Fallon. See you when I've done both, because I'm thinking they're not going to be that much to say about both.
I must warn you, it's not always this easy. Spend a lot of time in the lab doing dangerous science. If you are ready to be a minion, welcome to the family.
So, Minions and Jimmy Fallon complete. I also slipped in a ride on Rip Ride Rocket in the middle, which was a lot of fun. It's a pretty unique coaster. It is, I was on row 3 that time, it is quite rough, a little bit jolty, but it is fun, and I give it to the fact that, you know, it's got a very unique layout. Despicable Me was fun. The actual pre-show was quite cute, and I was suspecting Jimmy Fallon to be bad, and it ended up being okay, so I guess I was surprised by that. I think they're both better than The Simpsons, but realistically having 3 simulator rides in one park is actually criminal. 1 is bad enough, so 3 is just unforgivable almost, especially when you have a partner who is gets sick on screen for this ride. Anyway, it's just done 4. I've got an hour to get in Men in Black, and what's the last one to do? Oh yes, Fast and Furious, how could I forget? So I think Fast and Furious is closest, so we'll do that first and then finish with Men in Black. And here we are, the infamous Universal ride. Let's see how bad Fast and Furious Supercharged is.
Doors should be aware of the following racing restrictions. Due to the...
Yeah, that was pretty awful. Just boring. Like, you just do like a little circuit. The bus you're on jumps onto like a little moving platform and it like jostles you about a bit as the low quality screens either side of you show Dom Toretto doing some absurd things. Space with water a bit. Just boring. I've done it once, I'm never going to do it again. I wish I could watch that show again tonight. It was so good last night. Honestly worth coming to Halloween Horror Nights just to see that. Just for the atmosphere, for the scare zones. Some of the scare mazes were sick, some of them were what I wouldn't wait 70 minutes for. Anyway, last but not least, Men in Black, Alien Attack. A fun, interactive shooting dark ride. We'll get this done and then pop back over to Islands for some more rides on Velocicoaster. Maybe even Hagrid's as well. So that was actually super fun. The actual sets and like animatronics of the aliens coming up, popping up as you shoot them, And the actual spinning of the ride vehicle was like, it threw you about a bit. It was pretty good. Compared to the other shooting dark rides I've done, that's definitely the best. I really enjoyed it. The park is closing. It's about 4:45. Obviously there's Halloween Horror Nights starting this evening, so they close the park at 5. So they're kind of erecting barriers, kind of letting people out. Also, when it gets to this time, I think they up the wait times on a lot of the rides. So Men in Black was on a 20-minute wait. There was no one in there. There was a couple other people in the carts around me, but it was pretty much empty. So if you feel like doing loads of rides just before the park closes, do it, you know, grab on them. Hey, I'm just going through through King's Cross. There's Death Eaters. Wow, these guys are cool. Wow. She doesn't like my shoes. I think I'm going to go ride Gringotts one more time before the park closes. Here we go, one more time through this awesome queue. Like, look at this. They've made a whole Goblin Bank just for the queue for Gringotts. Everyone's filtering out of Diagon Alley now. It's pretty empty. It's currently 5:10, so they are getting people to leave slowly. But it shows that if you get in the queue before 5 o'clock, you get to ride. And I'm sure it's going to look pretty empty out here as well. Yeah. Deserted. Everyone's leaving. So I do love Gringotts. Like, I feel like it gets slightly overshadowed by Hagrid's in terms of like Harry Potter rides. However, I think it stands on its own really well. The ride system itself is similar to the Mummy, but the way it immerses you, actually kind of, you're in Diagon Alley, you go into the bank, the entrance, the pre-show, the lift as it takes you down, it makes you feel like you genuinely are really deep underground. And the ride itself is super fun, super immersive, the screens work well, the movement is super fun. The guy next to me lost his glasses on the last launch, so just watch out for that. But yeah, overall I think it's a great ride. I really, really like it. Glad I got another go on it. Now the park's closed, everyone's filtering out, finishing up the day. I'm going to head over to Islands. I'm going to check in with Ryan, see if he's ready to join me. I don't think he is. I think his feet are done in. But I'm ready for some more rides on Velocicoaster. Just for your info, we've got one of the Stay and Scream areas here at Richter's Burger Co. We've got another one over there in Central Park. And I think there's another one down here as well, in between the Mummy and Transformers. So these are the areas where you can come before Halloween Horror Nights starts to basically get a head start. I think if you've got Express, you should be alright, but if you don't, definitely make use of that if you've got day entry to the parks as well. Here you are, this is the last Stay and Scream I was talking about. If you want to queue here for Stranger Things, The Exorcist and Dueling Dragons, this is the area you need to be in between the lake and Riptide Rocket, basically, the Transformers down here. So just when I'm walking over, I want to talk briefly about the refill cups, the souvenir mugs. It was about $23, $24 on the first day and about $12.50 to reactivate each day. And I would say it is 100% worth it. It does sound like a fair amount, but when you consider that a bottle of Coke or a bottle of water is going to be like $5 or $6, I mean, this pays itself back in a day, especially when I'm using it with Ryan. Like, you can refill it every 10 minutes. You've got a massive range of drinks, and I really rate it, and I would definitely recommend anyone who's coming to Universal to get one. I also want to talk briefly about lockers. Universal, they make you pay for some, but they're pretty decent in terms of when they're insisting that you put big bags or large items in a locker, they will provide small lockers for free. However, they do make you pay if you want a bigger locker. So, for instance, Ryan and I, when we were bringing around all our stuff with sliders in for the water rides, we would just open 2 lockers, 2 of the small free ones with our park tickets, and kind of split the stuff in the bag in between the two and squish it in. That was fine, but if you don't want to, it does take a lot longer to do that. For rides that they don't insist that you put your large items away, but maybe you do want to, like the water ride, you do have to pay for them, and those are going to be $4 for a small locker or $5 for a large locker, which again, I think it's a fair amount. You might be able to go around and use one of the free ones elsewhere, but you only get like a limited amount of time on those, and then after that you do have to pay a small fee. So just keep that in mind. But overall, it's not too bad. I know the locker situation at Universal at Volcano Bay is a lot worse. I think it's $20 for a locker all day there, which I don't really agree with, but you've got to put up with it really. I have to say, Port of Entry is an absolutely stunning entrance to a theme park. I love how everything looks. I'm also not the only one with the idea to come over from studios once it closes. There was a decent queue at the gates to get in. Hagrid's is still on 75, Velocicoaster's on 60. Hulk's only on 25. I might go there first, seeing as, you know, it's so close to the entrance. But I'm definitely going to be doing some more laps on Velocicoaster as well. I know I've already talked about it in this vlog, but Hulk is amazing. I love that coaster. I love Hagrid's. Hagrid's is so much fun, but in this park, Hulk is number 2 for me. The intensity of it, it's just a B&M beauty. That is what it is. I love it. I just got some buffalo chicken tots from Green Eggs and Ham. The Pew2 suggested this place in their video, so I thought I had to try it out. They close at 6, by the way, so make sure you get here and order before then if you want to have some tots, because I was one of the last ones to order and they close about 10 to 6, and I just got my food now. So I am going to give Kong a go. I don't think the outside part is working here, which apparently is the best part, but it's a 15-minute standby. Should hopefully be pretty fast for Express, so I don't want to waste any time on this. Ready to go on the party bus.
Don't even breathe.
You know what? Colour me pleasantly surprised. Like, I knew it was the same ride system as Fast and Furious with the bus, but that was so much better. Like, I think it was just the story, the use of the screens was better, and like the actual story itself was just more interesting. Like the dinosaurs, the insects, the worms and the spiders coming after you, and then obviously King Kong coming to save you, and then also actually having the animatronic at the end, which is, as you saw, pretty awesome. So much better than Fast and Furious. So I was actually quite enjoyed it. I only waited like 5 minutes in Express, so I would recommend, if the wait is about 10-15 minutes, it's a good ride. So, I'm finishing my vlog here in front of Hulk. I have done so much, I can't believe it. Like, just today, I've done so much in studios, but I've also managed to get 5 rides on Hulk and 5 rides on Velocicoaster in the end. Managed to get 2 night rides for first one was on the second row and the last one was on the front row. I got super lucky. They closed the front row. However, there was a group of 3 that was just the last people in the queue for the front row. So I asked if I could join them and they let me. So that was super nice of them. Shout out to those guys. And that is an awesome night ride. That is the best night ride I've ever been on. Just the lighting, the near misses, the lights on the trains are awesome. It's just the whole round package. I loved it. One thing I noticed as well, in the queue, if you've been on Velocicoaster, you know, they have Owen talking to Claire, talking about the roller coaster they've built and how Owen thinks it's a bad idea. I've noticed throughout the day, it's set in the daytime, but at night, they change the background so it looks like they're talking about it at night. I mean, it's a small thing to do, but it's the little details that they've done, which most people might not notice, but I thought was super cool. They also dimmed the lighting in the station, so it was super dark, super atmospheric. Everyone in the station was going wild, clapping after every ride. It was an amazing atmosphere. Best end to the night ever. Super happy. Literally, I can't get over it. Anyway, unfortunately, that's the end of Universal for now. Tomorrow might be a rest day. We might go to Animal Kingdom. We're not sure at the moment, depending on what we need to do, kind of in terms of getting back to a state where we can enjoy the parks without being super tired and having painful feet the whole day. So it might just be a chill day, a resort day tomorrow, or we might go to Animal Kingdom. Not sure at the moment. But stay tuned, like the video, subscribe and comment, and let me know if you've ever had a night ride on Velocicoaster. And see you in the next video.